Hey y'all, today's video is a reddish smoky eye, and I did just a tutorial on my eyes today. I did one eye and then did a close-up on this one, so I hope it's easier to see and kind of easier to follow along with. If you'd like to see the tutorial, keep on watching. Okay, so I have this eye already done, and I wanted to do this tutorial because I see so many of these kind of red smoky eyes. You know, you see them on Instagram, YouTube, magazines. You see them everywhere now. They're so popular. So I thought it may be helpful to kind of show how to do it without it being like red in your face, and make it smoky and pretty. So it's about layering shadows. Really helps with the overall look. And I have a couple little things that I like to do that I think tones it down just a little bit. So I'm using the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I've talked about this several times. What I like about this palette is there's tons of shadows. I'm going to come in so you can see all the colors. And this is the only thing I use today. So I really like having a palette that can go a lot of different directions. So you can tell down at the bottom there are a lot of cooler tones. There's lots of warm tones, but there's, you know, a good mixture. And then there's cooler dark colors, cooler light colors on that side. You have a couple really foiled shades, and then of course you have the fun red. Of course you don't have to have this palette, but if you're looking for one that's really versatile and that you could use for reds but also use for something else, this is a good one. I'm starting with the shade Silk Cream on a big fluffy brush, and just putting that directly in the crease. So I do that. This will help the rest of the colors blend easier, and also this gives kind of a soft, not crazy warm start to this kind of reddish smoky eye. Next, I'm going to be using the color Hunts. Using a little bit of a smaller brush. This is the Real Techniques base shadow brush. This is a great brush. So I have my transition color all through the crease, and this I'm just going to do in smaller motions. So I'm kind of putting my brush right in the crease and just doing smaller windshield wiper motions. Once I kind of get the color there, I'll use the brush to buff just a little bit more. Back with the fluffy brush, this is what I used for the transition color, and I'm just going to buff just a little bit. So you really want to do everything softly so you're not caking a ton of product on there. You want to do it in layers with a smoky eye, especially with something like this, because you want to keep it as soft as possible. Next, I'm going in with the color Creamsicle, yellowy orange color, going back with the fluffy brush again, and I'm just going to use this to buff out the edges just a little. Next, I'm going to deepen the smoky eye. So this is the eye that's done. This is the eye that I'm working on, and it's pretty orange with just those two colors. So now I'm going in with the color Jax. It's more of a reddish burgundy, and it has, I would say maybe it has a little bit of a purple tint to it, which helps balance just a little so it doesn't just look like a bunch of orange eyeshadow on your eye. This is a small little flat brush, and I'm really going to keep this in a smaller area. Alright, gonna go back with my other brushes and just blend everything. Next, I'm going in with a really light shade. It's called In Light. I love this. It's shimmery. So I'm putting this directly under the brow, under the arch of my brow, and then I bring it down just a little bit. I also kind of load up my brush and take it on the inner corner. Sometimes if I feel like it goes on a little harsh, I'll just use my finger to kind of pat it in just a little bit more. At this step, it looks kind of crazy. Next, I am going to do the lid. I'm using Fix Plus on my makeup brush. This is a setting spray. You can use any setting spray. I'm going in with the color Faint and Fix Plus on my brush for the lid color. It's like a really, really light shimmery pink. I'm going in with Little Lady. And this one is a cooler toned color, and this is just going to kind of give a little bit more color to the lid, and it makes it really metallic. And when you put it on your lid, you're kind of covering any darkness that you have, or if any of that warmth came down. So it just gives it a little bit more balance. And then there's not red directly above your eyeball, which is sometimes what people don't like. You know, it looks very, you know, like your eyes are bloodshot. So once I do that, I go back with usually the darkest color, so everything's just seamless and blended. I'm going to go over one more time with the fluffy brush. I'm not putting any more shadow on this. And then I just kind of look to make sure everything looks blended. I need a little bit more of in light right here. So I'll just do that with my finger, and I did that on the other eye as well. Next is liner, and the black liner makes such a difference. I'm going to try to kind of show both of my eyes. You can tell how much smokier, how it just kind of makes the red seem a little bit more dialed down. So I'm just putting this right at my lash line, and I'm not worried about it being neat. I just get it on there. This is a really small brush, and I'm dipping it in the black color, which is Abyss. And I just kind of tap this brush right over where the liner is to soften it. I had a little bit more black on this eye, so I'm just going back and making sure everything's blended and both eyes look the same. Okay. I'm going to use this shimmery gold bronzy color on my waterline and a little bit of shadow on the bottom. Then I'm going in with a really small brush, and I'm going in with kind of the reddish burgundy color called Jax. And then I just use that just to smudge it out the tiniest bit. Thanks so much for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know if you try this look. If you post a picture to Instagram, tag me at heatherhmua. Thanks.